Zulus are praying for the unity of the Zulu nation, and the king is praying for the unity of the Zulu nation. So we remain very confident that the devil and the Satan will be defeated in this once and for all.
South Africa's Game of Thrones, the very public battle over the Zulu crown, heats up in and outside the court.
We now learn that Israel is preventing any aid from getting through.
Gaza's growing humanitarian disaster as regional tensions escalate over the Israel-Hamas war. From humble beginnings to that game-saving charge down, look what we found in our archives. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
This is Eyewitness News.
The Zulu king bussed in Amabuto, the Zulu regiments, to show support for him in the court battle over who should wear the crown.
Zulus are praying for the unity of the Zulu nation, and the king is praying for the unity of the Zulu nation. So we remain very confident that the devil and the Satan will be defeated in this once and for all.
President Cyril Ramaphosa has stepped back into the Zulu royal family fray. He says he followed all due protocols when he certified Misizulu Ka Zwelithini as the Zulu king. Ramaphosa filed papers in court opposing Prince Simakhade's application to overturn the president's certification of Misizulu as king.
Advocate Marumo Muirane says President Cyril Ramaphosa certified Misizulu Ka Zwelithini as the Zulu king based largely on three considerations. He says the first consideration were minutes of two royal family meetings he received where Misizulu Ka Zwelithini was nominated as the next king of the Amazulu nation. He says the second consideration was a report he got from the late Prime Minister of the Zulu nation, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, which said that Prince Misizulu Ka Zwelithini at the time would be the next Amazulu king. He said now the third and final consideration was made based on a judgment by Judge Isaac Madondo on the 2nd of March 2022, where Madondo at the Pietermaritzburg High Court said that Misizulu Ka Zwelithini was nominated and chosen as the next Amazulu king. The third and probably the most important consideration was made based on the Madondo report. Now, on the 2nd of March 2022, at the Pietermaritzburg High Court, Judge Isaac Madondo made a ruling that Prince Misizulu Ka Zwelithini is the rightful heir as the next Amazulu king following the death of Goodwill Zwelithini. Thabiso Goba, Eyewitness News, Pretoria High Court.
The passing of the IFP's founding president has led to Nkosini Hlabisa taking on Mangosuthu Buthelesi's position in Parliament. And today, Hlabisa has left the KwaZulu-Natal legislature to do just that. We understand the party will also give an update on the other NEC outcomes later this week. As Hamas releases a video of a family, mother and daughters, kidnapped 11 days ago, Israel prepares for its next moves in Gaza. And with a Russian-sponsored UN Security Council resolution that condemned violence and terrorism against civilians in the Middle East shot down just yesterday, will US President Joe Biden's trip to Israel tomorrow deter a wider war? He'll meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and then travel to Jordan, where he will hold talks with Arab leaders. The talks in Jordan will, in part, focus on the dire humanitarian needs. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken says they are working with Israel on the opening of human corridors. Israel and its Western allies believe its deadly assault on the densely populated Gaza Strip is a justified means of self-defense after the group attacked Israel more than a week ago. The Hamas siege has killed more than 1,400 people in Israel, while the country's retaliatory bombardment of the Gaza Strip has killed more than 2,800. There are calls for both to face international consequences for murdering innocent civilians in the most bloody flare-up in the decades-old conflict. Disaster management teams remain on high alert as more heavy rains are expected to hit northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal. Parts of the province, including eThekwini, which was the hardest hit by the 2022 floods, have been experiencing heavy rains since yesterday morning.
This comes after another alert was issued by the South African Weather Services, which shows that the King Cetshwayo district and Umkhanyakude in the northern part will receive more rains during the day of Tuesday until Wednesday.
Public infrastructure stands the risk of being damaged, including roads and bridges. More revelations emerge in the Senzo Meyiwa trial. Magistrate Vivian Cronje has taken the stand to testify on the confession statements made by 2 of the 5 men accused of killing the Bafana star. In June 2020, Cronje was appointed to take down confession statements from accused 1 and 2, Muzi Sibiya and Bongani Ntanzi. Attorney Sipho Ramosepele, representing the 2 men, claims the confessions were obtained under duress and his clients did not sign their statements before Magistrate Cronje.
Proceedings in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial have been postponed to tomorrow. This is to allow the defense to listen to a 3-hour voice recording. The voice recording is allegedly that of a confession made by one of the 5 men accused with the former Bafana captain's murder, and that is a certain Bongani Ntanzi. Now, Magistrate Vivian Cronje took to the stand this morning, and Magistrate Cronje is the magistrate that was appointed to take down the confessions of 2 of the accused, Bongani Ntanzi and Muzi Sibiya. She did this at the Boksburg court on June 24th, 2020, and she alleges that Bongani Ntanzi had signed each of the confession statement, the pages on the confession statement, as well as allegedly having recorded that entire conversation that she had with him. She did this, however, without his consent. So the defense have wanted to get that recording into their hands so they can have a listen to it before they proceed with cross-examination of Magistrate Cronje. The trial resumes tomorrow. For Eyewitness News, I'm Oren Singh outside the Pretoria High Court.
Some much-needed good news. Unaudited data from the Central Energy Fund shows that fuel prices may decrease in the coming month after 3 consecutive fuel price increases. The Automobile Association says both grades of petrol are expected to drop by around R1.90, while diesel is likely to decrease by 70 cents. This is down to more stable international oil prices and the dollar-rand exchange price. Fuel prices have been on the rise since August, with petrol currently retailing at over 25 rands a litre. But don't celebrate too soon. The association adds fuel prices may be affected by the conflict between Israel and Hamas, which could see prices in the country increase yet again. Here's a nugget we found from the EWN archive. Back in 2013, our sports desk featured the little-known sporting talent from Kraaifontein, Cheslin Kolbe. And his story is all about how he began from humble beginnings, being signed to Western Cape franchise The Stormers, to what he is today.
I had a few friends that I grew up with since I was small. We were good friends till about a certain age, and then some just went different paths, doing drugs, crime, all those. And I told myself, look what it's doing to them, and I don't want to end up in the way they are right now. And my father just told me that I mustn't worry what people tells me, because they don't have much impact in my life, but it's what I want to do and what I want to achieve. So I just set those things and aspects behind me and just focus on the road forward.
And that charge down this weekend was critical to the Springbok victory against France to advance to the Rugby World Cup semi-finals. For more on the story, visit ewn.co.za. And that's all from me. Remember to like and subscribe. See you again tomorrow.
Eyewitness News. In touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.